See, I weathered a tornado. I weathered homelessness. I bounced back from ovarian cancer. I'm still here. My husband had liver cancer, and we had him for 2 years after being diagnosed. So I first moved there to 13th in Irving after the tornado, and I don't know, when I moved in, the rent was cheaper. And he offered me this. He had told me I could caretake. He'd give me money off my rent for that. And then he X'd up my lease and told me he'd give me $25 off my gas and $25 off my lights to defray expenses from people washing in the basement. Well, that didn't happen. It happened to be that I was paying the utilities for the entire building, lights and gas.
My name is Patty DeVoy, and I'm a brand new attorney to Fager Baker Daniels. I started in September of 2013. I practice employment law, and the case that I took on with Marianne was a bit outside of that. It was a housing court issue, a landlord-tenant dispute, and prior to this I had very limited exposure to that, which is one of the reasons why I took the case, so that I could learn more about the housing statutes and how to help people that need these kinds of services. So Marianne's situation was a landlord-tenant dispute. She was living at a property where the landlord was charging her utility payments that she was not required by law to be paying, and he was making her pay those for over a year until an Xcel Energy representative came out to conduct an energy audit at the property and discovered that she should not have been making these payments. And so shortly after that, we became involved. We went to court, we had a trial, and the judge awarded judgment in Marianne's favor. And what was really special was that the judge used her discretion to treble the damages so that Marianne was able to recover 3 times what she was asking for.
If I'd have done this by myself, I wouldn't have had the footwork. I wouldn't have had the law clerks. I wouldn't have had somebody to do my research. I wouldn't have had somebody to check and make sure that all my ducks were in a row before I even stepped out into a courtroom. Well, I've lived in North Minneapolis since 1969 when I got here. We came from St. Louis, Missouri, where we could sleep with our doors open and leave our bikes outside. And my, how things have changed. But one thing that hasn't changed about Minnesota is Minnesota nice. And the people from Fager Baker Daniels, they were really, really nice to me. They laughed with me. They even rubbed my back when I cried from frustration. They did. They went above and beyond what I believe I could have done all by myself. And I appreciate that. And I feel really blessed to have had them to work with.